Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinions. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me, I got Randy. Say what's to the people, Randy.
Yo, Chuck, what it do? What are we
Not
talking
much,
about
man. Not much.
tonight?
First of all, we're going to start with a solemn message. For those that don't know, Ted DiBiase, Virgil, WWF superstar Virgil, known best for the Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase storylines, died today at 61 years old.
That's sad.
He, hmm it is sad. Professional wrestler Michael Jones, better known as Virgil to WWE fans, died on Wednesday, and that's today.
Okay.
Jones, a former college defensive back at Virginia Union and amateur wrestler, began his pro wrestling career as Soul Train Jones. That was his name, Soul Train Jones, in
That makes
1985 for
hilarious.
Championship Wrestling Association. Yep.
Oh, they got a Soul Train Charles.
Soul Train Jones. One of
That
his
makes-
early tag team partners was Rocky Johnson, father Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Jones first made his appearance in WWE in 1986 as Lucius Brown before appearing the following year as Virgil, the bodyguard valet for the Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase. Over time, DiBiase would humiliate Virgil by forcing him to perform demeaning tasks. Virgil ultimately turned on DiBiase at the 1991 Royal Rumble. This led the most prominent run of Jones's career.
I remember when that happened. I remember it like it was yesterday. Because Virgil was kind of his manservant. And then, the big buildup was Ted DiBiase had him doing all kind of crazy things. Then one day
Yeah.
he just stood up to him and
Yeah, still
knocked
to
him
him.
out.
Yeah, I
And he
remember
took that,
that.
him holding that belt right there is the $1 million belt. It's a belt that Ted DiBiase created because he said he wanted to be a champion and the championship belt should reflect like a millionaire status that he was. Yeah, man. I
Yes,
remember this like it
I
was
remember that
yesterday.
too. I remember it too. It was really good. It was
Wrestling
such
tell the best stories,
they
man.
do. They had really good writers. And he died because he had health issues. He had multiple health issues and announced in 2022 he suffered two strokes and was living with dementia.
Mm,
It's unfortunate. It's
yeah.
unfortunate.
Rest in
So
peace.
we'll have a moment of silence for him. Okay. We're back, Andy.
All right.
And we're gonna talk about Jurassic League. You know what Jurassic League is?
I do not.
Jurassic League may be DC's next animated movie.
Oh.
So under James Gunn is set to produce the film with Brian Lynch on a hand previous Brian Lynch hand to write. Lynch has been working with the animated movies for over a decade, having previously written the Secret Life of Pets movies and the first Minion movies, along helping conceive the story for the first Puss in Boots and Minions: The Rise of Gru. Ooh, I'm having a hard time with words today. Uh, but they tagged him to write the films, and they're gonna make this um comic book come to life. And the comic book is a new miniseries titled Jurassic League from Daniel Warren Johnson and Juan Gideon. I haven't read Jurassic League yet. It comes up in my DC universe.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
have
read
no
it.
idea what this is. I've never heard of it before.
And it's basically saying it's the Justice League was anthropomorphic dinosaurs and fought their classic villains as dinosaurs. So it's all dinosaur based.
It's Beast Wars to Transformers.
Yeah, basically it's Beast Wars. It's Beast Wars for DC characters.
I mean, I don't know. I can't really add any value to the story because I'm not familiar with this IP.
Are you excited about it? You think this is James Gunn's first foray into the animated movie world? Should be about the Justice League being dinosaurs? How does that make you feel?
I, doesn't make.
Be honest, be honest. Don't mess around here. Be honest.
I'm
I
gonna
know
be
you're a
honest.
diehard fan.
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel great like that. This is his first. But is it an animated property or is it a live action
It's
property?
animated. It's animated. It's animated. It's animated.
Animation ain't really James's Gunn's thing, so I'm imagining his name is just attached to it with it being under the studio. He's gonna he's gonna staff it out. So I don't really have to. Although DC animation is bread and butter. That's the
Yeah,
dopest
and he
thing in
picked this, and
DC.
he picked this one. He picks it, Randy. He could have started animated feature of anything.
While I am optimistic about James Gunn's tenure, he did tell us that The Flash was the greatest superhero movie ever. So,
Wow. Are you really gonna hold James Gunn to that? Are you really? Are you telling me right now you're gonna hold James Gunn
oh,
to a
man,
line he had to say because his job made him?
okay,
They probably put that in his contract.
hey,
You
it's
gotta
one thing to
say.
put something in. He could be like, it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Blase, blase, blase.
They probably told him sprinkle a little bit extra on it. They probably told him.
He,
He probably said that in the first take. They're
he,
like,
they,
"It's more than great, James. Say it's more than great."
he could say it's more than great. He could say it's more than great. He said the best ever. Then he got Tom Cruise line and King, and it was like Jesus Christ. So
Did he get Tom Cruise and Stephen King line? That could have just been Warner. Maybe they had some dirt on him. Maybe they
could
had
have,
the
they could have,
Epstein tapes on them
they
and
could
said,
have.
"Hey, y'all got to say this
Damn,
about the
you
Flash."
said me. Damn, you went there. You pulled out the Epstein tapes. Damn,
Maybe they got puffy tapes on him. I don't know. I don't know.
damn. Oh
I
boy,
don't know. Ronnie's like, "Oh man."
I know, right? Like damn.
I
Douglas
don't
took
know.
off the work
Cause
like the top rope like
he's
version.
like puffy tapes.
Damn,
Oh, oh, oh. I don't know what they have on this man because he really did try to sell us on the
he
Flash.
did, man. He
He
did.
really did. So this is he'll be caught up in the court documents for Puff Daddy and stuff. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what they have on James Gunn because I can't think of any reason why James would lie like that.
I mean, it's one thing to lie, but he said the best ever, right? He
Yeah,
really,
best ever. He said the best ever. He did say
I,
the best
they
ever.
can't make you say nothing like that. If
No,
they
they
make
can't.
you say something like that, you might as well just give it up because you ain't got no power.
Wow.
No, if
Wow.
they
You
can
just
make
took
you
all
say the Flash is the best superhero movie ever, they can make you say that.
yeah, they made him say it. That's what happens, Randy. It happens. Happens to the
Mm,
best of them, Randy. What do
literally,
you expect?
literally.
What do you want?
Nah, they made him say that. They
They
made him
made him
say
say
it.
it. We
They
know, we
didn't
know,
make
This
we
you
is
know,
say
we
the
this
know.
is this
best
is the
ever,
price.
guys. I don't
This is the
believe it.
price. You wanna run
This you
everything?
want to run it? You want to be
This is the
Kevin
price.
Feige? You want to be Kevin Feige? Is that what you want? You want to be Dave Filoni? You got to say this is the greatest movie ever.
They gotta say
This is
this.
the definition of selling your soul.
I thought you loved the Flash movie,
Man, they
man.
made him
Because
say
you're a DC stan too, you guys.
that.
People in the
Yeah.
chat, if y'all did know, Randy is a DC stan, and right now he just turned his whole back on DC.
Dang, ooh,
Mm-mm-mm.
with that Flash movie, I was like, ooh, God, ooh.
Have you seen Aquaman movie yet?
I haven't. I just can't bring myself to watch it.
You're not going to watch it, even as a DC stan. You got to
One
watch them all, Randy.
and one day I will, but I just can't. Oh, because I know it's gonna be bad.
I heard it's better than the Flash.
That's not saying. That's not saying.
Wow. You are really out here bashing the Flash like this.
Oh,
But
that's
we're
my
going to move
man.
on from the Flash. We're going to move on from the
We'll
Flash.
move on. We'll move on.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse invented a new ending weeks before the release. So they had a whole different ending. That's how badass they are. They're like, you know what? This ending is pretty good. We're gonna sprinkle a little extra on it, make it great, and make them want the second movie where everybody's sitting there after that last scene's like, okay, I'm here for another hour 30. Give it to me. They're
And I
like,
mean,
nah.
Across the Spider Verse is great. It's legendary. I don't know. Just some reason when you say that, it just makes me think of the animation departments and VFX departments. That's why they be stressed out like
That's
that.
is why they be stressed out. They
I
changed
mean,
the
like, well,
ending.
the whole storyboard and everything, scrap it,
Scrap it. We're gonna
scrap
do
it.
the whole new ending.
Don't
We're
do
gonna
it
do a whole
all
new
over
ending.
again.
We don't even like it at all.
Don't
We
like
got
it.
2 weeks to get it done. We got two
No,
weeks to get it done.
got 2 weeks.
Bring the
Make
actors
it
back.
happen.
Bring the actors back. We gotta record some more voices. We gotta record more voices.
The voice acting out fine. They can just go in the booth and do their thing. But man, I'm talking about the animators and
The visual effects
special
artists,
effects
yeah.
people. They can't
Mhm.
just go, and lay something down, man. So
They had to fit it all together again.
that's all. So that's just what it made me think. That's it. I
So
mean, but
this,
job well done. Job well done. They
yeah,
stuck the landing because
yes. So this is what happened. Said, oh, they're going to go back. That wasn't it. That wasn't there until about 6 weeks before the film wrapped.
I'm wrapped.
Wrapped. They were done. I'm like, come on, you do it. So across the Spider Verse, directors Kemp Powers, Joaquin DeSantis, and Justin K. Thompson revealed that the test screening reaction to the film's original ending, Miles being captured, forced them to add the ending currently in the movie, Gwen Stacy putting together a spider team to get Miles. So that whole entire second part where she grabbed the team together,
Mm-hmm.
because it was just him being captured and probably cut off. And everybody been like, oh shit, what a cliffhanger. But when we saw that team get put together, we were like, okay, I'm ready for this. Give me another hour and a half.
Hey, it's dope. In spite of what somebody thinks, it should win the Oscar for best.
Yeah.
You know.
And Thompson said, we need our go rescue Han moment. And I was like, that's dope.
I can
We
see
need,
that. I can see
yeah.
that.
How the Empire Strikes Back
Yeah.
did it. Yeah. Yeah. We need to go rescue Han moment.
Okay. I can see that.
You know somebody that couldn't pull that off?
Who was that?
DC. DC couldn't pull that off at all. That moment right
DC
there.
live action. DC live action.
DC live action, yes. Their animation department is amazing. I'm watching Justice League Unlimited right now. I watched
Oh,
the
you
original
doing one?
Justice League. Yeah, the
Oh
old one.
yeah, yeah, man. Justice League Unlimited is dope.
I started it first and I got the first season done. Then I was like, there's a story here I don't understand because I didn't understand why everybody was so mad at
Yeah.
Hot
Oh,
Girl.
you didn't watch the first
So I
Justice League?
went back. I went
Oh,
back and watched it. Now I'm gonna watch the second season of
okay.
Unlimited.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is so good. It's so
Yeah.
good. So I watched all the second season. I watched all the first Justice League
Mm-hmm.
within like a weekend.
Yeah, man. It was
Both
good.
seasons, 22 episodes per season.
That's
I crushed
why
them.
DC made me really mad with the live action because I was like, you got the source material right here for the Justice League. Like because this came out like a decade before Justice League. I was like, why did y'all need to change anything?
They didn't have to
They,
change
they had
anything.
everything. The animated universe had laid out a Batman versus Superman that was way better and more plausible. They had
Hmm
a layout for the Justice League.
hmm
It was like, why did y'all need to change?
They had a fallible Superman, which is
Yeah,
really good. Like Superman, like nobody like villains weren't scared of Superman. Only thing we know we can't do is kill you, but we can whoop your ass. And they
man.
whooped that ass.
Yeah, I was like, what? Wait. Why did Zack Snyder have to try to reinvent the whole universe? It was there. They was like, here you go. And he was like, nah, Martha.
We're gonna move beyond Warner Brothers right now.
Uh,
Apple's turning William Gibson's Neuromancer into a TV series. Another sci-fi adaptation is making its way to Apple TV. And Apple TV Plus has been nailing their sci-fi adaptations from novels. They have
mhm.
been nailing. So the streaming announced that it's adapting William Gibson's seminal cyberpunk novel Neuromancer into a 10-episode series. Graham Rowland, Lost Jack Ryan will serve as the showrunner, while J.D. Dillard from Utopia will direct the first episode. Both will be executive producers on the series. That's about all we know right now. And the series may start. There are no details on when the series may start streaming or who will star in it.
Mm.
That's inciting.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar, Neuromancer came out in 1984 and gives as Gibson's debut novel. It's been turned into a video game, a graphic novel, and it's reported being made into a movie as well. But in 2022, Amazon adapted another Gibson novel, The
Okay.
Peripheral,
Yeah.
into a live action streaming series as well.
Yeah.
And The Peripheral's good.
It was good. I enjoyed the
hmm
peripheral.
hmm
Yeah.
So, it's nice to see we're getting all the sci-fi. You know what happened? You know what happened? I'll tell you the turning point. Technology finally caught up to actually shooting the stuff that we really want to see.
I mean, that's true. I mean, for
That's
yeah,
what happened.
yeah, yeah. I mean, some of those movies back in the 80s, while we might have loved them, the technology and things just weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Yeah. Uh WordPress and Tumblr plan to sell user content to AI companies. So people posting up on the social media sites. Tumblr is because it's basically a social media site you publish
Mhm.
on. It's like a blog social media site. And WordPress, which holds people's blogs,
Yeah.
personal blogs and whatnot, they're going to sell that data information for AI. Are they going to give people some money for that though? What if I help my whole company blog up on WordPress and all of a sudden you sell all my information? I'm traveling
I don't
around the
understand how
world.
they can do it.
I understand how they can do it neither. Automatic plans to introduce a new setting as soon as Wednesday that will let users opt out of the training AI systems, according to 404 Media, but it's not clear whether the setting will be toggled on or off by default for most users. WordPress competitor Squarespace introduced a similar setting to opt out of, allowing your data to be used for training AI last year.
Yeah, but it's like they're taking all the previous data before that. They're not
Hmm.
even giving people the option to say no, don't use my data.
They may take it, but that's what I'm saying, thinking, right? In the blink of an eye, your data's there. If you turn it off, then they already capture your data when it was
That's
on.
my thing
Yeah,
is like they
yeah,
already captured it.
yeah,
Going forward, maybe you can do it, or but like,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, they've already
Like,
what they're gonna if they've already sent the data over, and you
hmm
say no,
they
I,
already caught. They already got it up to that
yeah, they're
point.
not going to go back and be like, oh, we need that data back.
They were going. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now going forward, they might say I would say so. You need to opt out for each individual block. Yeah, it's already been
The
mapped
funk
out.
said people are saying you're opted in by default, so you need to opt out for each individual blog. So if I ran my company, for example, Jet Setter Fresh was still around, and we did mad traveling, and I had like 200 posts in there, I had to go back and opt out of every single post.
Right.
By the time I did all that, they've already captured that data anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't put toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah. And once they've already captured and sent it and sold, they're not going to be like, oh, okay, we're going to get it back. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. So going forward, the best streaming service in the world is going to highlight the worst movies. So the annual Razzie announcements is usually a snarky affair that only serves to pick on the year's least popular blockbusters and having no intent in analysis or even finding what films may be truly the worst. 2023 Razzie nominations: Shazam! Fury of the Gods was a
Oh,
disappointment and mediocre blockbuster, but it was by no means one of the worst films of the year.
yes, it was.
No, is that still goes to Flash.
Yeah, but it didn't say the worst. It said one of the worst, right?
Uh-huh.
It's in that
You're right.
category.
It's in there. It's in there. Man, DC's on a roll. They should say the Razzie Company of the Year should be DC. They dropped three bombs in 1 year. Three. They nailed them, all three of them. Then they cut Batgirl out. They cut
Right.
Batgirl out.
That's right. Like, you really telling me Batgirl was worse than Flash? I call a cap. I do.
It
And I
could
haven't
be.
seen it.
It
And it
could
could
be.
be, but I still call a cap.
I mean, Avatar: The Last Airbender live action film from M. Night Shyamalan is worse than anything I've ever seen before in my
Yeah, and
life.
they released that. They released.
They did release it. They did put shit out
That's what
there.
I'm saying. It's like
Maybe it's worse than that, Randy.
I don't believe it. I call a cap.
You've never seen the bottom.
No, we still. Hopefully, we've seen the bottom.
We've
Hopefully,
never. No, no, no. Something's always gonna come out worse than what we think we saw. Somebody full of hubris is gonna make something they think is golden, like The Room.
I don't know. I've never seen
Tommy Wiseau made The Room. It is like the worst movie ever made.
it.
People throw spoons at the screen when it's on now.
What? About spoons.
I don't know. I think he said something with spoons, and everybody goes spoons. They take plastic spoons, they throw them at the screen.
I just thought maybe
It's
it was,
like Rocky Horror Picture Show
I
shit.
thought it was something maybe aligned with the film.
I think it may be a line in it. They throw them at the screen. That's how bad it is.
I actually think
Oh,
that's
oh, 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 oh. I watch Madam Web, and it's not enough of a train wreck to be interesting. Wow.
damn, not even
Wow.
damn.
Damn, that's see, Randy, we haven't seen the bottom yet. We haven't seen the bottom. When you think you've seen the bottom or you think you've seen the best, you haven't seen it.
So, so we're saying Batgirl was the bottom.
Maybe. I mean, they released Battleship. Did you see Battleship with Rihanna?
I saw the part of it. I remember.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. It's all part of it. Nobody's
But
ever
that's
completed
a
that
that's
movie.
a that's a movie based on a board game. Come on, man.
Yo, I took Ing to that movie. She was so mad at me. She was so mad.
I
She was
mean,
so mad.
you sunk my battleship. Come on, man. That was the marketing ploy for the board game.
Yeah, but it was about aliens sinking battleships. That sounds kind of cool.
Oh
It was
God.
the first version of kaiju battles on the battleship.
You got here. That and was it John from Mars? John what's it from Mars?
Hmm.
The same because the same actor I think played in both of them. I was like, damn,
Okay.
your agent hated you.
Wow. Wow. So we have Criterion films, Criterion Channel films that have been Razzie nominated in their library for years, encouraging the litigation of some famed turkeys. The new playlist of Razzie nominated films include William Frick's Cruising, Michael Simeon's Heaven's Gate, Robert Greenwald's Xanadu. We're going to talk about Xanadu really quick because Xanadu is a crazy ass film. It's about skating in the 70s.
Okay.
And they were on some hella acid when they made Xanadu. And there's a podcast which Nick Kroll used to run with Jason Milanakis. Not Milanakis, what's his name? From the league. He was Dionysus in Percy Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Jason something.
I
I
forgot.
forgot his name. Uh, they had a podcast because how did this get made? Where movies are so bad they don't understand how they got made, and they go over Xanadu, and oh man, that episode had me rolling. I was in stitches. I was in stitches. They even put Princess Under the Cherry Moon on this list. How
I like
dare
Under the
they?
Cherry Moon,
Me
man.
too. It was bad though, but I love it. I love it. It was
Man,
so
I like
bad.
Tricky Christopher. Yeah, man. I like
Oh Lord, it's so bad. David Hogan's Barbed Wires on that list. A Guy Ritchie Swept Away. Martin Beast Giggly. Neil LaBrute's The Wicker Man. They put The Wicker Man on this too. So there's a bunch of Criterion films are on this list. And I'm surprised the Blair Witch Project, one of the scariest and most successful films in 1998.
Yeah, it made a whole boatload of money.
Yeah, I saw it the weekend it came out. I was in Vermont when it came out, and I was like, I'm not going into these woods around these white people ever.
Oh yeah, I don't
Ever.
blame you. I don't blame you, because can't nothing good come out of that.
Yep, yep. This will be our final story before we go into crosstalk. I got one for us. Final Fantasy music legend Nobu Umatsu doesn't think he'll ever compose a whole game again. Carl's note. I'm gonna put Carl's lines for notes. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second of three remake sequels to the 1997 PlayStation 1 game released tomorrow, February 29th. So we had, for those that are diehard Final Fantasy game players, especially Final Fantasy VII, which was the highlight game of that whole entire franchise, and people loved it. They came out with a remake, and now they're coming out with Rebirth tomorrow. And contains soundtrack created by different composers. Uematsu still composed the main theme for both games, but the overall games were made by different composers. So I think he did the complete first game, and
Okay.
he's a world-renowned composer for video games, like big orchestral sections and compositions, even put it in chip tune or whatnot, and video game sounds. And then he did a theme song for the second part of this game as well.
Okay. All right. I wonder what makes him think he won't ever compose again.
Ask Ever if he felt that one day nostalgia could take over and convince him to write an entire soundtrack for a game again, as opposed to just the main theme. Uematsu replies that he didn't see it happening.
Okay.
So we don't know if he's going to ever come back again, but he used to do it. And I had the pleasure of meeting him at a video game symphony event.
I get it.
At Video Games Live. I had the pleasure of meeting him. Oh, excuse me. Koji Kondo at the same event. Got pictures with both of them.
Oh, said
On that note, shout out to Nintendo composer Koji Kondo for getting the Lifetime Achievement Award at Dice's last week. So Koji Kondo got a Dice. He's the guy that created Mario's music.
okay.
So we have the guy that created Final Fantasy and the guy that created Mario. And I
Okay.
met the guy that created Zelda's music too. I forgot his name. I'm having brain farts today. It's been a long day.
Let's get in the crosstalk.
Let's go into crosstalk. Let's go into crosstalk. Let's go into crosstalk. Rodney, who do we got for crosstalk?
Catherine and Rakai, I believe, coming through. So interesting.
Yeah. Hey, Catherine.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Let me bubble up my brightness.
Hey, Rakai. How you doing?
What's going on, fellas?
Not much. And ladies, we got
Hey,
Catherine here
Catherine.
too.
Hey,
I know, I see that.
playing with my brightness a little bit. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So, are y'all familiar with the Razzies?
Yeah. The Bad Awards.
Yeah, it's the worst one. Are you excited about seeing them? You know, YouTube's gonna stream them, and I think they're gonna show them again.
I've never
Yeah.
seen them, so if I'll watch to see how it goes, but I've never seen the Razzies. I've just heard people get awards from them.
Yes. I mean,
Damn.
what's up? I kind of want to see them now. Holly Berry got an award, and she got the same year she got an Emmy. She took her Emmy to the Razzies.
Yeah,
and
because
held
she
up
got
both
it for, was it
awards.
Catwoman?
Catwoman, yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
actually went to the ceremony.
yeah,
There you go, sir.
yeah.
She said it didn't matter as long as you spell my name right. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I am Holly Berry.
I'm not known to be good in movies. You know, and she got a Razzie for another DC film, Randy.
Of course.
Hey, which one? I know
It
it's
It
Catwoman,
wouldn't
right?
it wouldn't be a DC film if
it's
something
Catwoman.
wasn't up for a Razzie.
That's what I'm saying. It was Catwoman. That was
It
that
was
yeah.
it
I
was
mean, DC's
Catwoman.
had some good,
Yeah.
but like Catwoman definitely. That was there's so many. There was a scene where there's multiple scenes where there was just crazy cuts and like people teleporting in
Yeah.
sequences.
It's a very bad movie. Now, let's get it straight. DC's had good movie. The DCEU hasn't really had it good.
Okay.
I say
A question.
Shazam one would be their better one.
Still few and far between, but okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Question.
You gotta go back to 78.
I got a real question
Wait,
for you
78?
guys.
Batman, Dark Knight?
The original Superman.
Original
The Dark
Superman.
Knight?
The Dark Knight was
That's not
okay.
the original. I mean, Michael Keaton was great, and
I
his
think Michael Keaton
Batman.
killed it.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton was great. The Dark Knight.
Great.
Heath Ledger was amazing.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
man,
yes.
it was still
Batman.
so-
Yeah, Dark Knight.
You take Heath Ledger out of that movie's trash.
That's true.
But
That's what I say
Heath
too.
Ledger-
I say that.
Heath Ledger
I'm glad
made
my
that
Twitter
movie.
says that.
Heath Ledger made that
Dark
movie
Knight
iconic.
He carried that movie on his back. He
Dark
Tom
Knight,
Brady
y'all are
that
Rodney. The
movie.
Dark Knight is amazing. Y'all gotta stop.
Take Heath Ledger out and rewatch it. You'd be like, this is
I'm
trash.
taking Heath Ledger out because he's part of the movie, man. But the Dark Knight is amazing.
I guess
Y'all lying to
Hold
yourself.
on. Captain, what are you thinking? What are you thinking,
Yeah,
Captain?
please.
so. I'm a big Batman fan. Well, you can't really see my share. No,
Uh-huh.
I have to awkwardly do this. Yeah, Batman there, but I also have like 5 Batman posters and the Batman blanket. But like, there's aspects of that I like about Christopher Nolan's trilogy. Minus like, I think I fell asleep on the third one, but
Yeah, me too.
I don't
Me
remember much of it. But I actually really like the Matt Reeves one the most in terms of just that it's an actual detective story, and it's what I wanted out of Batman versus like it's fine for him to be punchy, fighty Batman, but it's weird that people have not known that he was
A
a
detective.
detective.
People, you right. People sleep on the Matt Reeves. They sleep on him because of Robert Pattinson. The Batman was great, and it
Mhm.
was a detective story. He was
Yeah.
working his act. People sleep on that one, but
Well,
that one was great.
I've seen people that love it, and then people who only know Batman as punching and fighting are like, this isn't Batman. But like, if you've seen decades of Batman just
Well,
kicking,
Comics.
Because
yeah,
you have to say it with
Detective
your whole
Comics,
chest. You have to
really.
talk like you constipated. Like it, they didn't understand it.
The
yeah,
origin of Batman, it literally is a Detective Comics. Like,
Detective
yeah,
Comics.
DC Detective Comics.
Yeah,
So,
he's a detective
but
dressed
to
up
me,
as a bat.
that's the name of the series is Detective Comics, right?
Yeah.
yep, yeah.
Yep. Yep. It's so crazy we talk about Batman like this. But I have a question for you all. Which deserves a rising first? Flash or Catwoman?
Catwoman. Like
Catwoman.
Flatbush was bad, but Catwoman. If you, I watched it recently. I'm like, ooh, this is. There's so many, so many just problems.
And I went to the movie theater to see Catwoman.
Same.
I
Yeah.
did. But I saw the trailer
Oh, I
and I
did
saw
too.
Halle Berry in black skin tight Catwoman. I was like, yes, sir, I'm going to see that.
I did
You,
too.
you,
So,
you weren't going for the same reasons as
yeah, right,
nobody.
right, right. And
So
then when I got there, I was like, even Halle Berry in black skin
Can't
tight
save this movie.
wasn't enough to save this movie.
to be fair, the 2000s, like I think outside of Spider-Man, had a lot of bad superhero movies, which I feel like it's kind of a resurgence with some of the Sony movies that are coming out. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It
Mm.
did have Blade and it did have the most accurate
Blade.
Hulk, Incredible Hulk.
Blade was late 90s. Blade was 98.
That's
Mhm.
true. Oh, it was. That's true.
Blade was
That's
the
That
reason why Marvel survived.
you're
yeah.
absolutely right.
Absolutely
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
And
That's
then
true.
and
That's
and
true.
then and then you got Spider-Man and X-Men is what saved Marvel Comics.
Mm-hmm.
But they wouldn't
So the
even
Sim
got to
selling the
those if it
rights
wasn't
out the
for
Fox.
Blade.
That's
But
what happened.
they don't give Blade the credit that he
Yeah.
is due.
Wesley need a statue up there somewhere, right? You know, like in the office.
What's going on with that movie? Is it
Oh
canceled?
man. Oh man.
What's going on
Yeah.
with Marvel, period? They just
Yeah.
Mahershala is
Yeah.
very upset about it. He was like,
'Cause I think Marvel wants to
if you saw
become
that last
DC.
script he saw, you'd be upset too.
Yeah. They
they made
sidelined
him a
his
co-star
character.
in his own movie.
Co-star. Well,
He's like, have we learned nothing from Blade Trinity? Like for real? Like have we? You
Wasn't that
sidelined Wesley in his own movie.
wasn't that the movie where they CGI'd his eyes because like he didn't want to open his eyes, so they put like CG eyes on.
Something I don't know. Blade Wesley was all over in that one.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Randy, what are we talking about today on Binge Worthy?
Oh, y'all should already know what we're talking about. We're talking about Netflix's The Last Airbender. Yeah, that's Appa and Aang
Oh
and
gosh,
Katara and all of them. Yeah.
yeah.
The way you went into that, I really thought you was gonna say the Last Dragon. I was like, that's right. Who's the master?
Avatar.
Show enough. Who's the master?
So for those that are in the chat right now, please come back in like 10 minutes where we talk about Avatar The Last Airbender. And we're talking about the Netflix version of that, not the M. Night Shyamalan version and
That
not the
doesn't
animated
exist.
version.
I
Stop
think
Right.
saying
I was,
that.
what
It
are you
doesn't
talking
exist.
about?
I've never heard of that
What are you
before.
talking about?
I fell
So
asleep through that movie.
What movie? Never heard of it.
Yeah,
Heard of
exactly.
it,
So
but
with
we're
that
not.
being said, I want to give a shout out to Digital Click for handling our marketing products and our overlays. And if you have any sources of marketing for anything, art assets or development, reach out to Digital Click, and that's Click CLIQ, Digital Click, one word. And shout out to Rodney for being our technical producer, technical director. Make sure I finish on time. And shout out to the Funk for curating all our stories. With that being said, subscribe to us, tell your friends, family about us, and get people to come to this channel because it is the premier BIPOC channel for nerd stuff and geek stuff. With that being said, peace.
Peace.